Hello, people. Hello, how are you today? Hope everyone is having a great day with their gardens. I have come out here and I have pruned my squash. That's what we're going to be talking about today. I'm growing all of my squash plants vertically. So they're all growing up bamboo sticks, which this one is doing amazing, right? This one is catching up. So we're just going to talk about pruning squash. The thing about producing great squash, you definitely want a lot of airflow. So I'm very happy that I was able to prune. These are all my banana peppers. This row here is all banana peppers. Of course, I'm working with a very small patch, but my banana peppers are like the fence of my squash. So I definitely wanted to prune all of the leaves on the bottom so the air can come through here to my squash, which was great. With pruning squash, you prune from the bottom. So for instance, you can see that I've got that stalk off. I've cut this stalk off. When you cut off squash leaves, when you cut this off, it creates a juice, right? And that juice there it attracts bugs and pests and things like that. So that's the only thing about pruning your squash, is it does leave little holes and little gaps for little creatures to crawl in and make home and eat the juice and eat off of the juice and things. So that's the only thing. I don't really have a big problem with pests. I have seen for myself, though, a little spider go into the barrel, the little hole. So it kind of alerted me, like every time I prune, I will be feeding, pests in my garden. So the other option you can do, other than cutting it at the bottom like I do, you can cut it at the tip. So instead of cutting it at the very base of the stalk, you can cut it up here where it won't make that hole, right? So nothing will go in it, no juice will really form on it. I don't do that because after a while these start turning brown and whatnot, and it kind of looks kind of nasty. So I just really kind of go ahead and cut it from the base and wish for the best. I got all of my open flowers off of here. I left this little guy here. He's real young. I'm gonna leave him on there. There's some more little young ones there. This is crookneck squash. There's my first little blossom, my first little squash there. There's a double over there. This here I tied again. I'm actually using 2 bamboo sticks to hold this plant up because it's just grown so big. And then the plant that I had on this stick, it didn't do so well. So I always suggest, if your plant does not, if your plant isn't strong enough to do this on its own while it's young, and you will need bamboo, just pull it up. Don't try to keep it. Don't try to, save it. Just go ahead and pull it up. It'll be a lot cheaper, and just go ahead and replace it before the season is out. So now that I've pruned everything, I really can see what I'm working with. I actually have a lot more female squash than I thought I did. So like, there's one, there's another up there. I have a couple over here that's growing in. It was another little female I just spotted. I think I put her up there somewhere, but it's doing amazing. And here in this plant, I have some more females back there. You see those little squash growing in back there. So they're doing just amazing. This here squash is doing so well that it's actually growing above. It's growing too fast. So what I did was it was growing up, I rerouted it back down, and I just tied it with this little Velcro piece here. These little Velcro tape that I use for my garden. So hopefully it could just redirect itself back down and it'll be fine. I'm not really thinking that it's going to do much damage to the plant. It's just impossible for me to get, so high. So I did that. My cucumbers, I'm not going to lie, were taking over my squash plants, so I tried to keep them separate within this little line here. I pruned everything at the bottom of this cucumber plant so it can do really well. And pruning, like I said, it gets you a chance to take a look and see what you're really working with. I didn't give this plant a lot of credit because how late it did bloom, but it actually has a lot of things going on with it. I see a lot of cucumbers developing. I see a lot of little things going on with this plant. Look at back there. You see those? So it's catching up. It's doing real good. This tomato plant, I also did prune. My best bet is cut everything at the bottom of the tomato plant. I left that little joker there, but cut as much as you can at the bottom. And the top is just going to flourish. I swear it is. I always prune from the bottom and go on up. Now, I did think that I was going to need, after pruning, I usually put down black cow so I can kind of give it a little plant food. But I mean, my soil that I put down last time is doing so well. I'm not going to put any more down. I'm just going to let it be. This is black cow. I don't know if you could really tell the difference, but this is evergreen. Evergreen, I use it as like a mulch. I just lay it on top of the black cow and it keeps my soil moist. I use the evergreen for my little walkway as well, you know. So I'm not going to put down any black cow. This is everything that I pruned off of it thus far. It's a lot, right? So prune very generously. Don't hold back. It'll be fine. My mom, she's like, you're going to kill the plant. I'm like, nah, cut that shit off of there, you know. So this is the other cucumber plant. Is doing phenomenal, right?